Alright guys, RoKage here and welcome back to the brand new video. Here we are, Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Parade will be the topic. So in today's video we have a pretty huge global news. It is connected with the upcoming buffs for certain characters, okay? We pretty much know what type of buffs those characters will get since JP went through those buffs, okay? So I have everything prepared here from Wiki and we're gonna know pretty much in advance what type of buffs those characters will get. The following characters will undergo balance adjustments on 11 April UTC plus 9. So pretty much from the moment when I'm recording in 6 days already, we're gonna get these buffs. The details will be revealed soon in the in-game notices. Stay tuned. So here it is, guys. If I open this up, these are the units that are getting buffed. Green Itadori, a blue Megumi, red Maki, blue Maki, yellow Toge, blue Toge, then green Panda, blue Panda, red Panda, Toto, red Toto, blue Toto, yellow Toto, blue Noritoshi, then we have yellow Mechamaru, green Ghetto, yellow Junpei, then we have, oh my god, yes, red Yuta will be here, will get buffed, and blue Ghetto. That's perfect. Okay, nice. Like, these two buffs will be extremely broken, I can tell you right away. Yuta, red Yuta and blue Ghetto, they're gonna go absolutely insane after this buff. So this is a huge deal. Now let me go character by character. We're gonna go through all of them and pretty much I will show you the buffs that appeared on the JP. Then take it with slightly with grain of salt until we actually see confirmations on global, but pretty much this is what we are getting for the buffs. So here it is, post adjustments. We're gonna check it out. So first, Toto. Even after buffs, he won't be anything too significant. The only thing they're gonna actually buff for him, based on the wiki at least, is the auto skills. Okay, everything else is unchanged. Yep, which is weird because he truly needs those buffs. He truly needs those buffs to work, but okay. So before it was when an enemy is defeated, increase own taijutsu damage, but now it has... Yeah, this part is the same. They added zone state. When Black Flash is performed, activate zone state for 3 turns. While zone state is active, increase own critical hit rate by 20%. Still, this won't be anything significant of a buff, okay? Also, Megumi is getting a buff. Yeah, we have like, he already got a buff, right? But now we have another buff that he's gonna get, okay? Definitely his break damage will increase on the skill 1, which is good if Divine Dog is active. So after the activating Divine Dog. Also, it will do less damage, right? It will have lower percentage of Jujutsu damage, but it will ignore Darkness State when Divine Dog is attacking, okay? Now for the skill 2 as well, he will have bigger break damage. For that he'll be useful, guys. Okay, listen, I'll explain. In certain imaginary realms, when you need those blue DPS units, he will work so well as sub DPS for Gojo. So having that additional buff, especially if you have one more copy for him, so he has first dupe, he can be valuable unit in some cases, okay? Still nothing special, a little bit better of a unit, but in those cases he'll be actually significant. Deals 200, okay, it has now a bigger percentage of Jujutsu damage and ignore Darkness State. That's pretty much that. And as well here, when Divine Dog is not activated, it will stun the enemy. It has higher chance to do that. Okay, and also it will increase the enemy's Jujutsu damage received by 15%, and it will be effective for the blue typings. Yeah, he'll be much more valuable now, okay? Still nothing too crazy, but in those certain cases you will see he will shine. Skill 3 max elephant. So before it was like AoE damage, okay? But now it's bigger AoE damage and by a really good number overall. No, oh sorry. That's like, oh yeah, it's almost 200% bigger. Okay, and the curse energy cost is 20. Ultimate increase on break damage, but was before, now it's by 100. Okay, so bigger break damage. Disappear after the unit receives a certain amount of damage. Okay. Before it was decrease on damage received. Now it just deals bigger damage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ignore darkness state when attacking. If divine dark totality is already active, change the skill effect to increase own damage by 100% one time and deals Jujutsu damage to selected enemy. Ignore darkness state when divine dark is attacking. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing, right? Yeah, it's the same. Okay, good, good. So no matter do you have it activated or not, you will do the same thing with the ultimate. This is the SP potential that Megumi will get later on, so ignore this part, okay? Let's see now, before... So this part is unchanged. But now we have addition. At the start of the battle, increase own damage by 50. Here it's 80. Effective when selected enemies in break status. If Divine Dark is active, increase own ultimate skill charging rate by 40%. If Divine Dark totality is not active, increase ultimate skill charging rate by 20%. And now we have more SP potential. That's for future. But definitely now Megumi got much better buff than Toto. Okay, keep that in mind. So let's close this too. Kento Nanami, he's also getting a buff. So at the start of turn 9, increase own abilities when Black Flash is performed. This has been now added to the auto skill. He already got buffs, right? But now he'll get an additional set of the buffs. He will be, in my opinion, doing overall bigger damage, having bigger percentages. Increase damage dealt even further. Okay. So when you do the Black Flash... Yeah, they just improved his DPS. If I remember it correctly. Yeah, the percentages went up. SP potential, ignore that. And then we have here more things. So we have post adjustment, unchange. I believe we got already one set of buffs, which is this one. But now we are getting at the start of the 9th turn of the battle. Recovers own curse energy by 30, fills own ultimate gauge by 200, and increase own Jujutsu damage by 30%. Okay, that's how it was before. It was one time, but now I believe we can do it more times. A zone outburst. This is something that he didn't had until now after the buff. So increase own Black Flash rate by 200%, recovers own curse energy by 5 when Black Flash is performed. Critical hit enhancement, increase own taijutsu damage by 30, jujutsu damage by 30. When Black Flash or critical hit is performed, there's like 50% chance to do so. So overall he'll be now much better DPS. I wouldn't say broken, but much better DPS. Okay, let's continue. Oh, the craziest unit for future. I mean, the craziest buffed unit for future when he unlocks the SP potential, in my opinion. I have him maxed out on global, so I'm waiting for that moment. But Itadori right here will get the buffs. Again, ignore the SP potentials. So bigger damage and a certain chance of performing a Black Flash. Skill 2 won't change. Skill 3 will change. So before it was, yeah, bigger damage, bigger taijutsu damage here by roughly 80%. Decrease the selected enemy critical hit resistance by 51.6, so even that is bigger. A certain chance of performing Black Flash in first and third hit, so I believe that has been increased. Or it was the same, but they now explained it better. Nevertheless, he will be doing bigger damage. SP potential is for the future. And now the ultimate, he'll be doing much bigger damage. Yep, that's a like we're talking about 200%. Okay, yeah, over 200% bigger taijutsu damage to the single target. The first hit will become Black Flash. But now we have the first hit will become Black Flash, but as well increase first hits Black Flash damage and increase first third hits critical hit damage. Okay, so overall he'll be doing now bigger damages. And this part will stay the same, but we are getting, when Black Flash is performed, increase own Black Flash rate by 100%, 3 turns cannot be stacked. And as well increases own taijutsu damage by 30%, recovers own curse energy by 5. So overall Itadori won't shine yet until the SP potential, but definitely he will be doing bigger damage. Panda, he already got a buff, right, for certain stuff, but now, yeah, he'll pretty much do bigger break damage, bigger damage slightly here. Here he's gonna decrease, attract all enemies attack to self, reduce own damage received by 40. But here now as well, he's getting increased own ultimate skill guy charging rate. If Gorilla Mode state is active, changes the skill into I'm kind of pissed now, and he's buffing himself and reducing own damage. So he will get a little bit bigger damage and bigger survivability. In certain cases he will be more useful, but I don't know, he still won't dominate. Like, tank units in these games are nothing too significant, only in certain cases. Activates Gorilla State, increase own taijutsu damage, unable to use the ultimate skill. Remove decrease Panda effect from self, increase own break damage, dealing damage of course, taijutsu, ignoring counter state. And here as well he's getting activates Gorilla Mode state after ultimate skill is activated. Gorilla Mode, change some skill effects, unable to use ultimate, increase own taijutsu, own break damage. If own ultimate skill gauge is filled, increase own taijutsu damage, own damage. Like, he'll definitely get that more DPS and survivability, but still he won't shine. Okay, that's what I can tell you. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The unit that will shine. Guys, listen, whoever has blue Ghetto, be absolutely happy. After the buffs, he's going completely insane, and he's definitely now a god tier unit. At the start of each turn, okay, that part, it's unchanged. Here he's dealing the damage. The higher own curse energy is, the greater critical hit rate boost is, but now the adjustment is, look at this, beautiful. Increase own critical hit rate by 5% one time. The higher own curse energy is, the greater the critical hit rate boost, up to 65%, max increase at 60 curse energy. Dealing melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, the more own curse energy has, the greater effect increases additionally up to 60%. It can go 60 curse energy. Increase own jujutsu damage if own curse energy is 60 or above. So definitely more curse energy you have, bigger damage you're gonna do with literally everything, and that's how it works. Okay, so look at this skill 2. Boom, look at this. Dealing the damage, which is buffed damage, okay, and also decreases the selected enemy taijutsu damage by 28%. The more curse energy you have, the greater percentage here will be. Max increase at 60 curse energy, minimum of 31% increase at 25. So guys, wow, what was this? Sorry about that, accidentally clicked on something that opened Facebook for some reason, probably something here. But yeah, pretty much he'll be also debuffing the opponents. Now also increase the selected enemy jujutsu damage received. Oh my god, that's a nice thing. The more own curse energy has, the greater effect will increase. So he's generally debuffing and just like offering us bigger damage later on during the fight. So skill 3, increase own damage by 10. The more you have curse energy, the bigger buff it's gonna be of the damage. Deals range jutsu damage AoE. Increase all enemies damage received by 10% for 3 turns. The more you have curse energy, the greater effect increases up to 30%. Max is at 60 curse energy like usual. So pretty much for him, you just like, Yuki loves him. Our Yuki Ghetto will love our Yuki because he will give a lot of curse energy. If you have the maximum amount of curse energy for Ghetto, he will have massive damage, massive debuffs and buffs. So top notch unit now. Ultimate, increase own damage by 20. Again, it can go up to 200% based on curse energy. Deals range Jujutsu damage. AoE also increases own Jujutsu damage by 30%. Reduces own curse energy by 60 when ultimate skill is performed. Still reduces its curse energy bar is nullified. And then we have the auto skill, which is the same. When defeating an enemy, he will get more curse energy. And that's pretty much it. Guys, he will go absolutely insane after the buffs, and he is such a broken unit after that. This is one of the craziest buffs ever. As well on Yuta, keep on watching. Noritoshi Kamo, he's also getting buffed. So melee taijutsu damage, that's the same, but he will do additional damage. If flowing red scale state is active, he'll increase his own damage by 30. Here he gets like activates flowing red scale 5 turns, increase own damage dealt, increase own jujutsu damage, recovers own curse energy by 5 every turn, increase own damage dealt by 5, jujutsu damage by 10, by 5, decreasing own damage received. When flowing red scale state deactivates, increase own damage received by 10% for 6 turns. Can be cancelled by activating flowing red scale state. Okay, he's the type of character that I truly believe he's not that bad, especially after the buffs. He's actually really, really good, but you need to know how to use him. But overall, he's good. After the buffs now, he's good. I cannot even say really good yet, you know? But he will be providing some sub DPS damage after all of this. Keep that in mind. But still nothing too crazy of a unit in my opinion. Here he's gonna do the bigger Jujutsu damage. Again, if this is active, he's gonna do AoE, bigger damage than before. This part is unchanged, and this part is unchanged. So he got a buffed, especially that skill 2. Okay, so that will give him bigger damage, bigger Jujutsu damage, bigger recovery of curse energy. So he will be more efficient. But that's pretty much that, okay? Blue Maki. Let's check out her buff. That part is unchanged. Here we have bigger damage. So here she was before doing melee taijutsu damage, increasing the selected enemy taijutsu damage received. But now we have melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy, increase skill damage based on own HP when skill is used, up to 75% extra damage at 75% HP or higher, and as well increasing the selected enemy taijutsu damage received. Let's see skill 2. Increase own taijutsu and break damage. Now we have much bigger percentages, especially with the break much bigger. Reusable also after 3 turns. Okay, so nice buff for this unit overall. Like much bigger break damage. Okay, let's see. Skill 3. Decrease all enemies taijutsu damage by 10. AoE damage here, but let me see it now. So melee taijutsu AoE, increase skill damage based on own HP when it's used, up to 100% extra damage at 75% HP or higher. Decrease all enemies taijutsu damage by 10%. 3 turns, increase skill taijutsu damage decrease based on own HP when skill is used, up to 20% extra decrease at 75% HP or higher. Here is the... Oh, sorry, it's not the same. It's bigger damage. Nothing too spectacular. Like percentage, nothing too crazy, but it increases skill damage based on own HP. So it can go really higher if you have a lot of HP. Okay, a little bit certain conditions, so this unit can work, but it's much better. It's much better than before. Okay, Toto as well. He's getting buffed, right? But even after the buff, I was never too impressed with this unit, but we're gonna go through his kit now. So here he got a buff in damage, but as well, increase own damage one time before attacking, guidance 40, 60, 80, reduce Takata-chan guidance state, decrease on damage received, it's now even worse, slightly better, and recovering own HP. If Takata-chan guidance state is active, changes the skill effect to reduce own damage received by 14.7, recovers own HP by 10. Okay. Inflict both skill, activates the Takata-chan guidance states 4 times, override previous state count, increase own taijutsu damage. After SP potential, he'll be like, okay, much more useful, but even like this, I just don't like this unit, how it works. Sorry, I just don't like this unit. I just don't. They're shafting Totos. Deals melee taijutsu damage, was before inflicting confusion state on the selected enemy. Okay, now it has again this Takata-chan guidance, where overall he will be doing now bigger damages. Oh, they put a lot of text on him. A lot of text on him. Yeah, the more Gaiden has, the greater damage. Mainly, guys, long story short, this character doesn't interest me. You have it on a wiki, you can go in detail, but long story short, they buffed his DPS now, and still it won't be anything too significant, okay? Long story short. It works around that Takata-chan guidance, and that's pretty much it. I don't like this unit. Let's move on. Yoshino. Unchanged. So Yoshino deals Jujutsu damage, decrease the selected enemy Jujutsu damage by 20%, 3 turns, increase the effect depending on how many turns of continuous Jujutsu damage poison that the enemy has, up to an extra 15% at 3 turns left. Okay, here we have now increase own Jujutsu damage, that's an addition, so bigger damage, but as well he's granting attack nullification, attracting all enemies and decreasing all allies damage received by 20%. Super valuable skill for Junpei, and that's what makes him really solid unit. Post adjustments, let me see, bigger damage, continuous Jujutsu damage poisoned, select the select enemy damage received by 20%. Yeah, nice buff. And now we have again that 3-4 times increases the effect depending on how many turns of poison he has. So all of that can go up, which is nice. Here again, bigger damage than before, plus the continuous poison. Also here, decrease the select enemy Jujutsu damage by almost 50%. So nice buffs for Junpei right here. And as well, the last part, increase on damage dealt. The more characters with Tokyo Jujutsu high affiliation are present on the field, the greater the boost. Up to 30% at 3 characters. Okay. So Junpei, nice buff right here. Then we have Blue Panda. Bigger damage. I see people using him in certain cases actually. Increase the select enemy taijutsu damage received. A bigger damage here. Much bigger damage here. Okay. Yeah, a double more damage. So bigger DPS at the end of the day. Panda, better than before. Then we have this Toto, which is an SR Toto. He got just a buff where? Here. Okay, not worth mentioning even. Panda, so yeah, Red Panda is getting a buff. Here, melee taijutsu, decrease the select enemy damage. Now all of this is buffed. deals melee taijutsu damage depending on how many curse energy has when the skill is activated. Additionally, increase taijutsu damage up to 65%. Again, we have here bigger damage reduction or even the same. Yes, the same. He will attract the enemies to self for 2 turns. And depending on how many curse energy has, the skill is activated. Additionally, increased damage reduction. Okay, so he's getting that more things related to his curse energy. More curse energy he has, he will do better stuff. Okay, that's the most frequent buffs we have. Increase own damage or own taijutsu damage, and yeah, they gave him just additionally bigger damage and survivability. I still don't find that he'll be anything like 222 broken, but after SP potential, oh boy, he will start shining. Okay, keep that in mind. Ultimate Mechamaru, bigger damage here, bigger increase own damage by 50, before it was 40. Yeah, that's pretty much that. SP potential will be also nice for this character, bigger damage, overall bigger damage. And here we have, at the start of the battle, increase own break damage by 80%, increase own damage dealt by 100. Okay, so nice buff for Mechamaru, by the way. He'll be definitely more useful after the first buff, and especially after the SP potential. I always say this unit is pretty busted later on. Okay, Red Panda done. We have now a few more characters, Toge, Maki, yellow one. Before he was just like dealing the damage. Okay, now he's doing bigger damage, again sacrificing 3% HP if the select enemy is formidable foe, else is 1%. Okay. Bigger increase break damage, bigger damage here, increase the select enemy damage received by 23.1. Curse energy cost is 0 now on this one, skill 3, which is nice, and bigger HP recovery. Reduce HP recovery count special by 1 after this skill is used. Apply HP recovery count special to self after 6 turns have passed. Okay, now we have this part where he's doing the damage, and as well he can do even bigger damage the more HP you have. Okay. And then post adjustments. Nullifies attack 3 times in battle. If any allies receives a fatal attack. Sacrifices HP when the character nullifies an attack. First, second, third time. Nodo Noir. At the start of the battle, apply HP recovery special to self. At the start of each turn, recovers own HP by 10%. So bigger survivability, bigger damage. Long story short. Then we have blue Toge. Buffs. I actually like this unit because it can lower the ultimate gauge. So dealing the Jujutsu damage. Decreasing the selected enemy taijutsu. Now it's bigger. Yep. And we have, if elite boss enemies attack, he'll sacrifice 3% HP. If non-elite boss, it will be 1%. Here as well, he's getting now, attracts the enemy, ground counter status to self, and as well reduces own damage received by up to 15%. And then you have here counter status, more HP sacrifice, more buffs in a sense of damage here. And as well, decrease select enemy ultimate skill gauge count by 2. That didn't change, but overall he'll be doing bigger damages. Okay, nice. Nice, solid buffs for the SR units. And finally, boy, I was waiting for this moment. Wait, did I cut? Oh, okay, let's go before Yuta. On this one, Maki will become solid unit over time with the SP potential, but until then, even with this now additional buffs, I won't be impressed. Not at all. She'll be pretty much doing bigger damage, and that's pretty much it. Okay? And now, the biggest stars are Ghetto and Yuta. Yuta, like skill 1 is not changing. Like this part is moved to auto skill. When Black Flash is performed, increase own Black Flash rate 3 times. Skill 1. Okay, look, deals 120% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy. Now it deals 175.5% melee taijutsu damage to selected enemy and increased skill's critical hit rate. So in the skill 1 we have a pretty solid buff in percentages, guys, okay? It's only skill 1, but still. Critical hit rate, look, bigger chance to crit. Skill 2, now this is a big buff. Before it was, deals 135% Jujutsu AoE. Decrease all enemies' critical hit resistance by 15, depending on own Jujutsu, and the enemy's remaining HP instantly kill the enemy. Some enemies excluded. Now look at this, post adjustment. Do you like this post adjustment? The same amount of curse energy, deals AoE Jujutsu damage. The higher own curse energy is when skill is activated, the greater the skill damage increase, up to 90% of the original affected 60 curse energy. This is huge. Such a bigger damage. Bigger damage. Increase all enemies Jujutsu damage received by 14% for 2 turns. Also, if you have higher curse energy, it can go up to 35%. Huge. Depending on own Jujutsu stat and enemies remaining HP, instantly kill enemy. Some enemies excluded. Okay. Now look at the skill tree. Before it was deals combined taijutsu, jujutsu, taijutsu, jujutsu damage. And now again we have combined 140 before. Yeah, bigger, of course, bigger damage here. Small buff. Why they added small buff? I don't understand that part, but okay. Like small buff for this part. Yeah, it is small, but again, you will do bigger damage here, so that's good. The biggest buffs is here, skill 2. Okay, that's massive. Ultimate Unchange, of course, and for the post adjustment, Zone Outburst, increase own Jujutsu damage by 20% for 3 turns when Black Flash is performed. We didn't have that, so here it will be also much bigger damage for Yuta. Guys, Yuta, top tier, top notch, he will absolutely explode, and already 11th of April, we're getting his buff and Ghetto buff. They're the main stars, and whoever has those units, they will go completely insane. Jesus, this was a long video. This was a long video for a morning. Oh my god, Saturday morning. Okay, thank you guys for the support, of course. Leave a like, subscribe. Try to watch the video as long as possible. What else to say? I covered everything. Put your opinions in the comment section below. Love ya. And yeah, subscribe so you don't miss any type of content. Leave a like for support. And yeah, see you next one. Love ya. Bye.